Good evening. Welcome back to Pathologic. It's 8:30 in the morning on day 7, and it's already a lot. The Inquisitor's in town, but she kind of likes us. She believes the powers that be have spies amongst the executors. We're to bring her reports to help identify who is working against us and for the powers that be. That's the main quest. The side quest is Ava wrote us a suicide note. We're attempting to track her down. Apparently she sent a similar letter to Andre Stamatin. And he sent some people to come gather us. When we went to meet him, he had already left. Apparently he's gone into the steppe where some of the Odong have set up their tents. He thinks Ava was kidnapped by them and has become a worm bride, which I don't think is correct. I think Ava got the Odong to help her get wherever she wants to go. But this is our only lead on her, so we're gonna follow that. I've been given a rifle and ammo. It's actually my second rifle. But that's where we are. So we're gonna leave Andre's bar. And we're going to rush down here to the marsh. It's a long way. I just got a letter from Clara. Ava stood on the edge of the balustrade. She raised her hands up into the air and stepped forward. The wind did not carry her. She did not fly. The miracle did not happen. I know why Ava did what she did. Would you like me to tell you? Aglaia is not the new guest. It's not the pestilence in the cathedral that is blasphemous. The true blasphemy is your negligence. You were meant to achieve victory yesterday. You did not. Perhaps your latest muse will do better than the late one? She was setting up the place in your heart where the new guest will stay. Put your mind to it when at leisure. Clara the Harbinger. This is shockingly cool. Anarsti, according to Ava's letter, she thinks this act will help us. She thinks that it will cause a miracle to happen. That we need a miracle to happen in order for the cathedral to stay clean. Now, it wasn't possible for us to stop the plague, but... oh no. That's Ruben's place. See, Ava's one of my bound. Ruben is not, but this executor here means Ruben is sick. This person is sick. No, don't blame yourself. It's not your fault. One of your rival counterparts must have overlooked them, or left them on purpose. Nevertheless, no entry. It's under quarantine. I keep a sorrowful watch. Can they be helped? Even being one of the bound, they are just an ordinary person. They can be cured just like any other. You're the healer here. It's your area of expertise. Okay. Just bad news on bad news. So no, I don't think that Ava or Clara thought that I'd be able to have cured the disease by yesterday, but because there was that big outbreak in the quarantined cathedral, I think they saw it as my responsibility to find who the plague bringer is. I remember there was that second Clara. We didn't get a hold of her. She tricked us. Somehow. The Clara we tested had clean blood. So we didn't find who broke the quarantine and spread the plague. That's where we failed. You know, they gave me a rifle. I have a feeling I'm going to need a rifle. Just keep going this way. Okay, we were told that the Abdong and Butchers out here hate Andre, or some old feud way back in the day. Ooh, each Twirine extract takes a whole spot. Okay. So the Twirine extract works like a immunity booster. Oh. Is this dangerous? Supposedly inflicts no damage, so I could replace the stuff that is slightly harmful. Andre, is that you?
I've had my share of dancing. The curtain falls.
You've come at last. Thanks, but evidently it has all been pointless. I'm an idiot. Where is Ava? I'm pretty certain she is dead by now. There was a mistake, it seems. A terrible mistake. Well, there was a reason for us to come here, too. The hell with all this. Tell me. I received a farewell letter from Ava informing me that she was planning to take her own life at the cathedral, convinced that a miracle would be there for her. She wanted to jump from the balustrade and fly. An insane, rambling letter, apparently written by an already deranged person. And then what? I barely had time to comprehend what had happened, and then the dancer, Ian, appeared. She said that the worms were sending their regards, that they were thankful I had fed my woman to them. We're even now, they said. You know me, without further dilly-dallying, I put two and two together and came to the conclusion that they were referring to Ava. How in the world is she your woman? She is. She was free to choose her own life and do as she pleased. She was my woman. You have nothing to be distressed about. Your woman is Maria. I would have gladly switched places with you, but she obviously would never see an equal in me. It's irrelevant now anyway. I have no idea what he's talking about. What happened to Ava? What do you mean? Ava jumped from the balustrade of the cathedral. That's the kind of a cathedral we have now, consecrated by a suicide. But poor Ava thought otherwise. She wanted to become the soul of the cathedral. She never knew that the stupid construction was not intended to be a focus. What focus? You mean the focus that the Canes mentioned? Erecting a construction that can hold a soul is not humanly possible. We've only managed to do it once, just recently. But that's another story. We'll come to know everything in due time. As for our cathedral, it's cursed. The whole town is since today. She wrote me a letter too. Said she was going to purify the place for the new guest. That means the place is the cathedral and the guest is Glea, right? It makes sense. She wrote to me that the only thing she was always ready to give her life for is the cause my brother and I have pledged ourselves to. So she wanted to imbue the building with her soul. That was her personal interpretation of our cause. An interpretation both deranged and lovely. She knew how to get straight to the heart. Don't you think it's your pride talking? I'm gutted and turned inside out. I'm neither pious nor exceptionally moral, you know. But it's simply too much. I need to find a way to keep living and working so that Ava's death wouldn't have been in vain. Ava is no more. All she wanted was to put a miracle into practice and become the living soul of the lifeless cathedral. Could it be that she chose the most terrible act imaginable to accomplish this? There is an enormous gap between self-sacrifice and suicide. You don't say anything. The unfortunate thing is I don't have time to process at all. I have to go find the spies Or the plague takes the rest of the town. She's still one of my bound. Maybe. An RST, maybe. Andre certainly doesn't think so. Artemy Barak has written me, Oinon, 2 days ago I did you a favor. I ask that you return it today. I'm in dire need of an Undertaker uniform, which is to say a cloak and mask of the kind worn by the Executors. It's become all but impossible to get your hands on these lately. Perhaps there's some in the theater still, but that is a place I'm not allowed to enter. Get a cloak and mask for me, please. I'll give you anything in return, Artemy. The Changeling is very likely to make the same request of you. Take my advice and decline her. She'll trick you. Don't tell her I warned you, though. People will die if you do. Okay. I have to head to the center of this neighborhood and find an Executor standing around doing nothing. There's not a way out here. No. An Executor that's just watching me specifically. You can tell the Termitary's open because there's butchers wandering around now. Food and I'm getting hungry. I need to get the report from this Executor to give to the Inquisitor. Ooh. So that she can try to find who's the spy. That's an arsonist. here somewhere, is he? Kind of really thought he'd be here by mistake. This feels too far. I don't have room for an empty bottle? Oh, I can get rid of those. Where's this guy? They're hard to find. I need your papers. This executor says that the Inquisitor has nothing to lose. She knows that there are rats among us, and rats could cause you a lot of trouble, and will probably cause her a lot of trouble too. I think she will butcher all of us. The Watchers, the Executors, guilty or innocent. She doesn't strike me as the cruel type. Okay. So that Executor is suggesting that if I'm honest with Aglaya, that I found guys who are taking reports on me, that she will execute all of them whether or not they've been working against her. And by extension, me. Which is fair, she's an Inquisitor. I got a lot of lockpicks. I gotta remember to hit the theater. Gotta mark an executor cloak for the horror specs. Cool, the whole district's infected. Not infected. Yes, infected. Once again, no sick buildings, though. This does have sick buildings. Mark, can I get an executor cloak?
She had made an example of murderers and madmen. That was merely an overture. The game itself is yet to begin.
No. I don't actually have a quest for it. Artemis requested an executor cloak, but I don't actually have a quest for it, and I don't seem to be able to pick anything up here. Okay. Maybe after I get a letter from Clara. Alright, I need to find the executor in this neighborhood now. You have a face mask. It costs 18,000. It's pretty good protection, I guess. You know, it occurred to me he's probably behind the theater, but I'm like, no. Okay. your papers. She's an evil witch. The Inquisitor, apparently. All of the executors are terrified of her. For different reasons. This one said she's set to be executed. She's trying to get even with the powers that be because of it. That was a pretty good rat execution. I feel good about that. Alright, let's turn over all their documents. Let's get the main quest so nobody else dies.
Have you met a courier on the way?
Do you want to ask about this? I was told that either Karminski or Orf was coming. Are you disappointed? I was expecting a Punisher, and instead, an angel descended? No, personally for you, at best. My disposition is fearsome, which you will have ample opportunity to observe. There's lots of blood to spill, but I'm positive, and this is what makes me different from Karminski, that I can keep the body count to a necessary minimum.
Have you met a courier on the way?
Here's what I got from the Watchers. Right, let me see. Yes, this is about what I was expecting. Numbers, dates, notes, very good. If only those seeds of truth weren't intermixed with so much chaff, this could give us a dramatic push in the right direction. Her name is Aglaia. When we first met her sometime in the past, she went by Stella. It seems simple comparison won't be enough to figure out the false report. They all describe different things. There might be two false ones. A pity, Daniel. We must hurry before they're gone. Find out which one of them is which. Outsmart them. One of them was a liar and a traitor. I suspect it was they that sent you those letters that would enrage you so and even endanger your life. One of those reports is a farewell gift from them. A false lead that will put you on a false trail. But why would they write down lies if the powers that be seek to preserve the town? Because they're a traitor. We needed to know which one of them. Moreover, they've been trying to get a second one on their side as well, and that one began to hesitate. Only the third one remained honest until the end. And how did you find that out? A friend gave me something before I left for this place. He knew some of the internal workings of this whole affair. and questioning Vlad Olgimsky confirmed my hypothesis. Both he and Saburov knew that there were watchers active around here. And what about the Canes? Did they know? No, the Canes don't even know that the sun rises in the east. It's beneath them. How can I help? Trying to find out which one of them is the liar. Like in that old riddle, the traitor is sure to lie. Someone who hesitates could both lie and tell the truth. The last one will be truthful until the end. But even the truthful watcher won't be very forthcoming. Are you up to the task? One more thing, my intuition tells me that you have no room for error. These people are extremely desperate now. If you accuse the truthful watcher, or the one who is still hesitating, they might react unpredictably. I know their kind. You will only have one shot. Would it make sense to provoke them? It would. The traitor is afraid. Olgimsky informed me of that. We just need to put a noose around their neck and they'll climb the nearest lamppost by themselves. We'll have one question to ask each of them. If I could pass as one of them, it would be easy to unveil the traitor. I know very well which one of them is. I need an executor cloak. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the theater. I think you were right to point out that this doesn't actually help us handle the plague. But if someone is actively working against us, they are either trying to thwart our efforts to discover the source of the plague, or actively spreading it. Ooh, that's a fun guess in RSD. Two of them being Artemy and Clara. Alright. Frick. That wasn't fast enough. Wasn't fast enough to dodge it on the way back. If we look like an executor, then the liar will be trying to recruit us. Maybe that'll give us an edge. Mark, do you have a spare cloak?
She had made an example of murderers and madmen. That was merely an overture. The game itself is yet to begin.
I need an executor mask and a cloak. Do you have any to spare? Have you finally decided to join my troop? Oh, no, but that would be too much of an honor. So, has the Inquisitor demoted you to an executor? I need the mask and cloak to do a job. Says everyone who wants to remain unidentified. You're not entirely honest, esteemed sir. So what if I'm not? Every piece of clothing in my possession had to be distributed. Mass burials are a full-fledged business now. They've confiscated all of the stage props. Who did? Saburov has appointed one of the well-respected townspeople as the master of cremations. It's a death sentence, of course. I doubt anyone could survive that assignment. Obviously, you can try to get an outfit from an executor. They do still have them. I saw them dig a pit in a lot by the cemetery today. Many of them stayed there, too. It's a lot by the cemetery. Go ask them. I'm sure they'll find a spare mask and cloak for you, and if they don't, address your complaints to Saburov. Okay. It's weird that it's framed either way. I'd rather not talk to Saburov if I could. Avoid it, actually. I kinda don't trust him at all. It's a long walk, but... it's already 1 o'clock. I don't know where I'm supposed to meet Artemy to get him the cloak. All the way across the bridge. Then head south to the cemetery. Getting the cloak is actually a side quest now. I do a little bit like the idea of trying to solve the mystery without the executor cloak, but if I've got 10 hours, still need food today. Nothing I'm doing is making any money. My health is full. I could sell bandages. The drunks don't pay me in money, they pay me in bandages. And then I can sell the bandages. I suppose they did say near the cemetery and not in the cemetery. Any chance Grace knows where to find the executors at the mass grave? Or do I just go to the fire point?
What's wrong with you?
Now she has a terrible headache. This is definitely a mass grave, but I don't see any executors. I'm gonna end up reloading to save myself a half hour of wandering around once I find out where they are. Oh, apparently I missed it? Okay. Yeah, we're watching out for the step demon for sure. Her name is Clara. Okay, this is the lot. Okay. What do I do with it? Oh, well, okay. There's an executor cloak. No mask. Just the cloak. Okay. Well, I have a face mask. Maybe that's enough. Maybe I talk to Saburov as well to get a mask. That feels right. That feels video gamey enough. Darcy, is there a guy in town that you don't hate? It's totally fair if there isn't. I was just curious, mostly. Con, that's fair.
I will restore the order here, rest assured.
I handed my powers to the Inquisitor. I've had enough of this. Did you give the order to stop burying and start cremating? Yes, as a one last thing, right before handing it all to Aglaya Lilic. And who did you appoint to manage the burials? Peter Stamatin. You don't know him. You put Peter Stamatin, the architect of the polyhedron and one of my bound, in charge of cremation of the plague bodies. This is an effort to kill him. Like, Peter Stamatin's a drunk at a minimum. true. He did want to kill Peter from the beginning. You're right. You're wrong. I know him very well. I can't imagine a more moronic appointment. From your point of view. From mine, it looks completely different. There's a cast-iron logic behind the decision. Revoke your decision. Choose someone else. There is no person in this town who deserves death more than Peter Stomatin. Even if street murderers were responsible and ambitious enough for the job, I'd still choose him over them. I don't have to explain my choices to you. Well, now I'm intrigued. Someone else will explain it, if not you. Daniil thinks now it's time to ask Peter, why does Saburov hate him so much? It's 2 o'clock, right? Yes.
Bad Twirin makes your head wooden. Good.
Got it. He's drunk right now. He sees 2 of me. I've been told you've been given some stage props. Executor outfits? Yes, I have. You know already? Does Saburov really want you dead? He thinks I'm a vicious murderer. There was an abominable crime, old business. I'll tell this to you and to you only. It wasn't my fault, but I ended up taking the blame. I didn't kill him. I wanted to, yes. I could have. Daniil pointing out that everybody's killing everybody. Who did you want to kill? Who is it that died? A guild fellow of mine. His ardor was disproportionate to his talent. You see, he nearly convinced the rulers to grant him that side of the river for his project. Yes, he deserved to die, but I didn't kill him. Okay, so there's a rival architect murder? I want to put this down as the only story in history that has rival architect murder. I can either ask what his name was or who it was that did the killing. Who did it? I must have a reason to keep that secret, don't you think, old boy? Why would I torture myself over it otherwise? They say he fell down from a great height and broke his neck. That's how he died. Also heard a rumor that he got lethally intoxicated with bad twirine. Against the current background, this dubious murder seems really too unimpressive to warrant such a diabolical revenge. Right you are. Actually, I wish they'd give me a 3-day delay, nothing more. Do you think it would be possible to arrange for them to leave me alone until, say, Friday? Why? I need to finish my greatest creation. It won't take long, it's just blueprints and calculations, see? Then I could go ahead and die without a moment's delay. Can't anyone find a way to deal with the bastard? Especially now that he's given up his powers? Maybe you could help. I'll talk to the Inquisitor. Thank you, old boy. I'm not asking for myself, but for the art. I don't need your excuses.
So, the Inquisitor...
Okay. I still don't know if I can talk to the Executors now, if I need to go talk to the Inquisitor and then come back. I'm gonna hard save. I'm gonna talk to the Inquisitor, or the Executor out here and see what happens. It's starting to get along in the afternoon. I don't remember exactly where he was. One fish. Helped a little bit, but not a lot. Whoever it was, neither Sabarov nor Peter are going to tell me. If I remember correctly, and I probably don't. Wait. Yeah, you got food. I'll take that dried meat, thank you. There you are. I know that one of you is always truthful, another always lies, and the third one does a little bit of both. I hope you're not going to deny that. It's true, how do you know that? Which of the three was the Stoneyard Watcher? He's the one in between. His words are half true, half lies. He's the one out here by the canes. So the one I just talked to was in the earth. I asked him about the Stoneyards Watcher, which is the one by the canes. Don't drink and breathe at the same time. Clara still hasn't asked me for anything. Correct, an RSD, you got it. Hey Laura, how's it going? Just checking in, no reason. Got some alpha tablets here, that's cool.
It's nice to see you.
Okay, so apparently the women all get a headache when they don't have anything to talk to me about today. Feels a bit dodgy, if you ask me. You have rifle ammo. Alright, I'm pretty sure what I need to do is the one here in the knots, I need to ask him what he thinks of the Stoneyard one as well. I got sick moves. He will not tell me the same thing as the last one. I think no matter what. I know one of you is truthful, one always lies, the third one does a little bit of both. I hope you're not going to deny me that. Which of the three is the Stoneyard Watcher? He's the one who does both. He is partly true and partly full of lies. Okay. So either the two guys I talk to right now is the one who tells the truth and the one who sometimes tells the truth, or it's the one who lies and the one who sometimes lies. Because the two I just talked to agreed. So, in theory... I was gonna say that rat is coming for me. 1 second. Ah! Don't touch me. Thank you. Okay. So I am going to ask him about the Executor and the knots. If he says the Executor in the knots is the one who does both, he's the liar. Because I have definitely talked to the one that does both. One of the other two is the one that does both. If he tells me the one in the knots is the one that tells the truth, he can't be the one that tells the truth. And he can't be the one that sometimes tells the truth, so he's the liar again. If Executor 3 tells me the one in the knots is the liar, I think that's where I run into trouble. Let's see if we can get Peter's situation sorted out first.
There is an eternal order that fate itself has predetermined. It is due to this order that things happen the way they should, following a preordained path.
No, if Executor 3 calls out Executor 2 as the liar, Executor 2 is the liar. It's the only way that all works. I have a favor to ask you. Saburov, abusing the power he's been given, is endangering the life of a certain Peter Stomatin. Why? It seems he's trying to settle a personal grudge. And who is that Peter Stomatin? He's the creator of the specular tower on the other side of the river. Oh, then his life is more than deserves to be saved. Thank you. And how exactly is Saburov needlessly endangering his life? He puts Stomatin in charge of burials and cremation. The work is highly dangerous since he has to deal with the dying all the time. We can fix that. We'll find a replacement. You have my gratitude. Now it's my turn to ask you a favor. It feels strange to admit that, but I actually can't achieve one of my most coveted goals in this town. Only you can help me. I've learned that Victor Kane's aloof daughter is madly in love with a certain proud fighter of death. She means Maria is in love with me. She is. That's news to me. At least nothing in her behavior betrays that. Although Andre said as much. Perhaps, but my request is very important. In fact, the fate of this town may depend on it. Please arrange for me to meet with my beloved relative. She won't refuse you. Wait, Maria is related to you? Yes, the most beloved of my family. But my love is unrequited. She's prejudiced against me. I hurt her in the past, and then she was told terrible things about Inquisitors. A silly, childish prejudice. We're both young women of similar age, a new meeting should help wash old memories away. How can I assist you in that? I don't wish to force my way into a beloved person's home. I need an invitation to come in. Convince her that I will mean her no harm. Or just take me to her and tell her, here, I've brought you a new friend, and let me speak. Well, it won't be too hard, but only if she is really happy to see you. It's a third side quest. Cleo wants to meet with Maria, but Maria doesn't trust her, probably for good reason. I'm gonna settle this executor business. Okay, once again, the thing I have for certain is one of the first two executors I talked to is definitely the one that does both. Which of the three was the Knots Watcher? Okay. This guy is the liar. This one right here. And that means the first two people I talked to would have to be the one that tells the truth and the one that sometimes tells the truth. And since they both told me he's the guy who sometimes tells the truth, they are in agreement. Can talk through this. So if this guy tells the truth, then that means I talked to the liar and the sometimes liar. If this guy is lying, that means I talked to the truth teller and the sometimes truth teller. They both said he sometimes lies. So that's not possible. So this guy must be telling the truth. So the person in the knots is the traitor. I'm pretty sure that all adds up. Let's go get that done. You are the traitor. Spare me. Don't tell the Inquisitor on me. Who knows? What if you regret your cruelty one day? You're coming with me. The renegade was uncovered and is liable to whatever punishment the Inquisitor may choose. It will feel particularly rewarding to bring the coward to justice.
You found out everything I needed you to. That will do. Cheer up. These things happen.
Why was the punishment so quick? An unfortunate accident. I'm truly sorry that everything turned out as it did. I was going to question the Honorable Executor thoroughly tonight. Perhaps the poor sap saw it coming, so he jumped off of his own free will. What do you think? I think poking my nose into this was a mistake. Okay. Since the moment I arrived in town, the Watchers have been there to spy on my each and every step, all in accordance with instruction from the powers that be. I am simply an out-of-favor bachelor, in over my head. This all seems too much for a small-town backwoods place such as this. What are they really looking for? Okay, now to trick Maria Cana into meeting with the Inquisitor. Gonna be honest, this doesn't quite seem worth it. I have made exactly $0 today. I am tired and getting hungry. I don't disagree with you, Anaresti, but at the very least, that executor was a liar. And having an orderly that lies to us will not help us with the plague. So... I can't mourn him too much.
Why can't I move on my own? Why has a Glaya ordered to open the termitary? Is it clear of infection?
I guess we're just being direct. Turns out that Aglaya Lilac is your relative? I didn't know that. Yes, she is the younger sister of my lovely mother. There's not a single person in the world who would hate my mother more viciously than she does. She claims to be fond of you. She hates me for my mother's magical power. I know what she wants. She wants to see if I resemble my mother or not. She won't leave me alive, especially now that Mother's many-colored power has begun to awaken inside me. She'll know. She'll feel it. She says that she had frightened you somehow when you were a child. It has to pass if you give her a chance. No, I do not think so. Consider it a whim, but I'm incapable of doubting my premonitions, else too many people will suffer. It may be a superstition, I may be imagining all this, but I won't let her in. Ever. You're holding a key as if you were about to leave. Where to? I wasn't planning on going anywhere. And who are you to forbid me anyway? You're a bad liar. I think I'm going to tell your father about that. Please don't tell Dad. He must not be disturbed now. Don't go there. He must not get distracted. Today is Memory Day. You've piqued my curiosity. Oh, I do need to let Peter know that he's okay, and he doesn't need to go cremate bodies. I guess I'm talking to Victor to see where Maria was going. But we know Maria is apparently really fond of us.
I feel as though my blood is getting thicker. An omen, is it not?
A memory of a person grants them an immortality of its own kind. Yet how soon have people forgotten Simon? He's fading away with every minute that goes by. Your daughter intends to go out of town. Are you aware of her plans? I am. I've forbidden it. It appears she's ignored that prohibition. Maria doesn't listen to me anymore. There's not that much left of me anyway. Perhaps something will change when her mother comes back. What's her business in town? I think she's going to see the architects, Andre and Peter. Peter, most likely. She needed to know something about the tower, about the inner workings of some chambers, I believe. She's particularly concerned about it now, because of Simon's memory fading. Thank you. I'll intercept her there, and as a punishment for her wayward behavior, I'll arrange for her a meeting with a certain family member. This feels particularly mean. Before I go to Peter's, I'm going to check on Ava's place. Since I'm nearby. You're still here. Master? No. Why are you here? Her name is Ayan. She's a dancer. She's daughter of Hook the herdsman from the Boysakin. She's related to Oyen's Menkukin through her father's sister. Andre sent her to look after the house and to serve me. That feels very gross. Can I tell Andre Stomatin to not send half-naked women to take care of me? I don't want that. It's Andre Stomatin. He knows us from the old days, back when we were in the capital. I suspect this is his way of making sure that we are okay after Ava's passing. It's misguided. I don't think Andre is that bright. Peter is the brains of the family. He's the one who successfully built the polyhedron. He's just drunk. Did I need to tell Aglaya to meet me here? I guess we're about to find out. Maria's not here, at least. Let's tell him that Aglaya's taking her.
Truth is foundation, and the reason of the perfection of beauty, old boy. You're close. I know that.
No, I don't think we're going to see Ava. Peter, can you hear me? You're not the master of cremations and burials anymore. Oh, how appropriate, old boy. So I can get back to work now. Take the mask. I have no need of it now. Although I could use it to mix ink. Working in this condition is useless, isn't it? Okay, I now do have the executor mask.
That's it. I can't take it anymore.
I just got an achievement. It doesn't actually protect me from infection. And since I handled the mystery without it, I am not going to wear it. I need to tell Aglaya to meet me here to run into Maria. I have a letter from Artemy asking for it, but I don't have a location for him. Or that those are the only markers still here. I don't have a location for Artemy, and I don't have a quest for it. So, he wants it, but not today. I honestly don't know how I would find Artemy. He doesn't seem to have a standard base of operations. No, stay out of my way. Come on. Keep walking. I honestly cannot imagine doing this while infected. My health would be going down constantly, my exhaustion meter going up.
You found out everything I needed you to. That will do. Cheer up. These things happen.
Maria is planning to visit Peter Staventon, the one whose life you saved. If you wish to see your niece, you better hurry. I'll come by to see it. Maria is going to hate me for this. I don't trust the Inquisitor. But her power is absolute. If I'm going to do anything about this disease, she's the one who can actually put that plan into action. So, Aglaia is probably lying to me to serve her own ends. But I need Aglaia on my side. Maybe this will tell me a little bit about what Aglaia actually wants, if she's lying to me.
What?
I will never forgive you for that. You brought her here. I want to reconcile you two. How naive you were. Did you really trust her? Tell me, did she hypnotize you? Can simple trickery like that really get to you? You could have ruined us all. Or maybe you have. Peter's out cold now. What if he comes too? Did she interrogate him? She doesn't have to. One look at these chambers and she realized everything. What have you done? Now she knows all about Peter. Good thing he's unconscious, but it won't last long. We need to call for help. If you want to make up for it, take her away from there, now. I can't do it myself. I wanted to call someone for help so they would distract her with troubling news or something. Calm down.
There are so many crows in the sky.
I was just helping the owner come to. He's been telling quite compelling stories. Such as... But his works, mostly. How he breaks the laws instilled by nature itself into the fabrics of the earth. A clear-cut, militant theomachist. Non serviam and all that. Curious one. Such specimens are few and far between in our enlightened times. What is that gleam in your eyes all of a sudden? Just thinking of how similar people's fates turn out. We've had so many bright stars of talent rise recently, you know. Almost all of them tried to single-handedly break the laws of history, nature, morality, and all treaded such identical paths. What did you two talk about? Just asking him about the blueprints. He keeps saying he doesn't know what those are and doesn't want to know. Sudden memory lost. Thank you, Anaristi. He's staring at the walls like he used to see through them before. It was a good choice to come here, a good choice indeed. He was right about to remember, but then Maria came. What happened between you two? Nothing much. Maria burst in, then ran out in tears a minute later. We failed to make peace. It's a pity that everyone sees an enemy in me. Such is the bias against Inquisitors. I only wish to do good. Not specific, targeted good, like that Clara, but overarching good. Have you met with her as well? Why, of course. We spoke on this exact topic. I hope to convince the child of some self-evident truths. She's another vivid and interesting character in this. A medieval type, passionate, self-contradictory. It's as if she's not of our time, but that's just minutiae. Because I've come to inform you that they're waiting for you at the cathedral. There's already a throng of terrified petitioners gathered. Of course, of course. I have great sympathy for this man, Peter Stomatin. He must be taken care of. In any case, thank you. You've accomplished something great, even if it may not look so at first glance. Allow me to thank you for the service. Are you in need of anything? I can ask for even another weapon. Or more vaccine. I've got a bunch of tyrene. I don't need more vaccine. The weapon. The revolver doesn't have enough firepower. It is a sawn-off shotgun.
What? Have you met a courier on the way?
I will need Shotgun ammo. It seems setting up this meeting was not such a good idea, but why did Aglaia say that the fate of the settlement depends on what she and Maria will have to tell each other? Apparently the situation is less of a family affair than it first appeared.
So, the Inquisitor is a woman. For real. I'd like to have a look at her.
If you come to, tell me what happened. I had a vision, old boy, when I learned about Saburov's secret plan and realized that death was truly knocking on my door. I had a sudden urge to quench my thirst once and for all, so that I wouldn't have to come to my senses until my very death. He decided to drink and hopes to stay drunk till he dies. I've told you you're safe, haven't I? The Inquisitor guarantees your protection from Saburov. Yes, I was soon notified of your intercession. I'm ashamed to admit that I saw an obvious omen in it. I see omens in everything these days, old boy. And so I thought I was burying myself prematurely. There must be something else for me to do. A calling. And it was a happy thought. And so you imbibed some more. And so I indulged in imbibing. How could I not? But this time there was a purpose. You see, I've witnessed the clear image of my future creation at the bottom of the bottle I'm so fond of. Have you seen the chalice on the opposite side of the river? The one that overcomes gravity and captures dreams? I have. Soon I shall erect a new chalice, a chalice to surpass the present one many times over. Twyrene Sap has taught me to look at the three common dimensions from a different angle. It turns the recipient inside out, playing with density and transparency variations. Do you understand? Not a single word you're saying. Oh, it doesn't matter at all. But when I had a complete image in my head, a calculation, a design, a blueprint, a scheme, you know, I raised my eyes and saw the angel of punishment upon me. Her gaze has burned me through, her smile turning my dreams to naught. These angels always accompany the type of creativity that looks for inspiration at the bottom of a bottle. She said, I know who you are. You are Peter. Upon this stone you have erected that which should never be. And then she leaned over to me. Her carmine lips parted, and her kiss. Her kiss would have drained my dream from me forever. I know it, for it was the angel of doubt, a demonic temptress of hesitation. Please get to the point. Then I heard a waft of a familiar power. Maria stormed in and fought the demon, their naked bodies intertwined, their white hands tearing at each other's throats, their slender tongues stinging one another. And then I fainted, and now, here you are. What did the demon look like? She had a terrible and powerful presence, like Nina used to. The ceiling here is low, but still I can see a silhouette above her mortal coil, its head blending into the heavens. Hey, here she is. Look, she's still here, devouring my designs, licking them away line by line. Peter, come around. What's wrong with you? He's delirious. Once all quests done. Okay, so Maria is afraid that the Inquisitor is here to enforce the natural law, and that Peter's construction of the polyhedron violates the natural law, and so she must punish him. Peter thought he was going to die, so he got really drunk. When he found out he wasn't going to die, he decided that that was a sign that he had to live, and if he was going to live, it had to be for a purpose. And that purpose is to build a second polyhedron. Bigger, better, madder, faster. Peter sees the Inquisitor, his head fills with doubt. He's too drunk to recognize who or what she is. But even he's pretty sure that she's going to keep him from building a second one. My hunger meter's a problem. You at least have a shotgun shell. I'll take one. Trading razors for meat. That man is going to try to kill me as soon as he sees me. Despawn him. We're going to go to sleep. Let me eat. That's what I actually opened this for. A lot of lockpicks. We'll just sleep the full 6 hours. We'll see the play when we get the chance next stream. Save first, then we'll sleep just to make sure nothing breaks.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
Day 8.
Theater.
Alright, that's going to be it for the stream today. Come back next week, we'll do day 8. I guess that's it. Feels like things got a lot worse in very small ways, very dramatic ways. I feel a sword of Damocles over our actions. Thank you for joining me. You all have a wonderful night. I'll see you next week.